Tuesday. On my way to day 2 clinicals this week. I am in week 10 of semester 2 out of 16 weeks. I'm finally starting to see, finally getting towards the end of the semester. Semester 2 has been so much harder than semester 1 because our workload is insane. We have 13 assignments a lot, if not more, plus 2 days of clinicals, plus packets for each day of clinicals, plus 1-2 exams on Fridays. It's a lot. I definitely feel rejuvenated after getting to go on vacation last week. I needed that so bad. Physically and mentally, I think. Even though our vacation was really hectic and we had really long days, I think it was just a really good mental break. And then, of course, as soon as we got home Sunday night, it was still finish homework. Internet wasn't working. We had a flat tire on the truck when we got back to the airport. It was just, and then Monday morning is go to clinicals, and Tuesdays get up at 4:30 a.m. and go to clinicals. So it's like you hit the ground running again, but it was nice to have a break. I had all my homework done. Well, not all. Most of my homework done before we went. So I did homework in the airport, in between flights, and I did a little bit of homework the first morning that we were there and the second evening. And I was ahead enough that it helped a lot. So I have 2 exams this week, and one of them is the class that I have really had a hard time in. So I'm hoping I did notes. There's 5 chapters in this exam, and I did notes over the first chapter, and it was 32 pages. And I have 4 more chapters to go. So the one reason why I do so bad in this class is it's way too much information for you to study, and I usually only have 2 days to study for the exam. I printed the pages out last night, and I was able to read through maybe half before I had to go to bed because I needed to get a decent amount of sleep for today. This class is rough. I really need to be on the exam just to stay above where I need to be for finals. I'm too close to the line. My grade went up 3 points this week, I guess just from projects and things, but the test grades are worth 70% of your grade, so it drops your grade so bad. It's kind of scary. The other 2 classes I'm doing really well in, so I don't have to worry about those so much. I obviously need to get B's on those exams, but I'm not stressing about those classes as bad as the public health class is just kicking my butt. It's there's that class and another class, the other class that I'm doing extremely well in, and everybody's struggling with one or the other. It's very interesting to see. Some of us are doing really well in the 215 class, which is what I'm in, and then they're doing really bad in 439, or it's 439 they're struggling like me, and then doing really well in 215. Next semester, let's see, so I think August 24th is our last day of semester 2. We hopefully will get our schedule out 2 weeks prior. I think we have psych for clinicals. I don't have any idea where we go for that. And then I don't know if it's mother, baby, or labor and delivery, or a mixture, but I think we only get 2 weeks of that. But we have a lot of psych, which I am not thrilled about. I've done psych before and I hate it. Yeah, I've got to make time here soon to go shadow at the NICU. I think I have to apply to that program in October if I want to do it. So it's going to be here before I know it. But weeks go by really fast because it's just trying to get everything done every week. But yeah, today's going to be really long. I hate Tuesdays. I hate med-surg. I hate 12-hour shifts in the hospital. Mondays are great. I love the place that we go to on Mondays. Next Monday, or I guess next Tuesday, technically next week, I am doing clinicals at the community health both Monday and Tuesday, because Monday is technically our last day. We're throwing a party for the residents. But there's a program called Love Beater at that facility, and it's like matching you up with like one-on-one with a resident that's struggling for, like, they're self-isolating or something, and they're wanting to like do interviews with us and stuff on Tuesday, so we're gonna have to go both days, and then we're done with the in-person clinicals, and then we start virtual clinicals, which I've heard is not fun at all. You literally sit at your computer from 8 to 4 in front of a camera all day, and your instructor has to watch you, and then you just get out for lunch. So then I have a couple weeks of that. I'd rather go in person. That sounds terrible. So that will start not next week, but the week after, for Mondays. And I think we have today and two more Tuesdays, maybe 3, and then I will also start virtually on Tuesdays, which I'm looking forward to, because I just don't like med-surg. Yeah, I'm hoping. There was a patient there last week. It's like every time I go, I really get connected one-on-one with one patient. I try to stay with them a lot of the day and help. And she broke my heart. She couldn't move either one of her arms. She was screaming out for help. So she was in pain. She couldn't even get her own water or food. She has some dementia going on, but I couldn't tell how bad. Her blood sugar was crazy low when I took it. I got her to drink a little bit of juice, eat a little bit of food, retook it, it was still low, real low. And I got her to eat a little bit more. And I got them to give her some, well, I'm sure it was already ordered, but I kept asking, like, can please somebody go check on her? They can give her meds. I can't give her meds. And they gave her some morphine, and she quieted down, but it was so sad. And I'm kind of hoping she's not there, because she was good enough to go home. Then I'm kind of hoping that she's there so that I can help her today. So it'll be interesting to see what cases are there today. It was a lot slower last week. The nurse that I followed around only had 4 patients, and one of them like went down to have a procedure done, and it was just a lot more quiet. I hate med-surg. All you nurses who do med-surg are amazing. It's hard. It's so hectic, and you just don't get any one-on-one time with the patient like that. I think med-surg is probably one of the hardest places to work, because the patient to nurse ratio is just so high. And we had rapid response, like right when I got there, and this is my first time seeing a rapid. When I was in the military, this was a long time ago, and I worked in the hospital, as far as I remember, we didn't have rapid responses. We just had code blue, and that was when, like, you were gonna have to do CPR or something. And I watched a code blue happen maybe 1 or 2 times. But a rapid, I guess, is what they explained to me, is like they're trying to, once they see that anything is going down, like they call a rapid, so all the people come from the ICU, med students, doctors, and it's like a little bit more of a preventative before you would get to a code blue. We were rounding on patient 2 with the night nurse, and somebody came over and said that there was a patient that was complaining of chest pain, and there was 2 other girls with me following the nurse around, and the other girl went over there right away with the other nurse, and I followed the day shift nurse for a second, and she's like, no, go ahead and go to the rapid, or go check on the other patient. By the time I got over there, they were about to call a rapid, and he was in and out of consciousness. consciousness, and he was really young. It was scary to watch, like all these doctors descend upon him, and they ended up transferring him out to the ICU. I just tried to stay out of the way and listen to what was going on, but that was like our morning. It was quite chaotic right away. So I'm not looking forward to today. I'm about to listen to the notes. I have gotten where I put them in Microsoft Word, and then I have it read aloud to me when I'm in the car. So that's what I'm going to do the rest of my 50 minutes. I still have 50 minutes to drive. It's an hour and a half drive for me. So I'm trying to make use of my time to do a little study.